No, I mean, it's not stupid. It's not stupid Final Fantasy music. It's brilliant Final Fantasy music that I've been sitting there happily listening to, waiting for the show to start. I'm thinking, hey, everyone can wait a little bit because I'm quite into this. I'm enjoying the opening sequence of the original Final Fantasy VII all over again. Of course there's a show, Chronic. It's Tuesday. There's always a show. Evening Tom, evening Amin, evening anybody else that's there in the background or come in afterwards. Let's have a really short Q&Asa. That's a nice idea. Everything's been fairly brisk and wrong in terms of playing games, so I've not got too many that I can actually talk about, but you might have. So as you know, this is Q&Asa and it's just a big conversation and we just chat to each other, chat back and forth and see where it goes. It always starts talking about what we've been playing. For me, I tried very hard. Well, I know it's not overstate how hard I tried, but I tried to play Ninja Gaiden 4 today. So that came out either today or yesterday. I don't know where I am in the world. It's today, I think. And creator of the series, Itsugaki, died like a week ago. He wasn't involved in the fourth game whatsoever, but did not hang around long enough to see it release. Nonetheless, it did release. It's made by his old team, Team Ninja and Platinum Games, who I think took most of the lead on it. And actually, it looks really good, and I was really quite in the mood to play Ninja Gaiden 4. It's just a bit of fast-paced violence, and I thought, yeah, I could get into just slashing some stuff up, right? I might really like that. Sometimes Platinum were good, sometimes they weren't. In this case, seems to be mostly positive feedback, so I thought, yeah, I'm gonna slash all kinds of stuff. And how it went down was I downloaded the game. It's like 55 gig on the PC. Yeah, trapped in a pub. Well, turn the phone off. You're not allowed to be here if you're in a pub. Don't want any risk of anybody that's like outside seeing this thing. Yeah, it does look awesome. It looks good, Tom. You still have to switch it off, Island. No audio or not. If there's no door, how did you get in? These are all very good questions. I hope we get answers to them later. So, I can't remember. Yeah, 55 gig. I downloaded it. I said, play the game. And it went, yeah, we'll play the game. Or whatever games say when they launch. Did the whole Team Ninja thing, and there was the storm and the waves and up the mountain, and there's the logo. And then it gave me a couple of settings options, but not the full settings menu. And then it's like, you ready to play? What difficulties you want? And I chose the default, because that's what you do. And my whole PC just went, nah. And that was it. My whole PC just went, nah. After like 15 seconds or so, Ninja Gaiden disappeared. Desktop background was there. Cursor was still happily moving around, but nothing else was responsive at all. It's just like that. And I ended up just powering it off, powering it back on again, starting again. Second time I went in, it loads up the title screen. It has the full in-depth options and all the rest of it. So I was like, okay, this is fine, as long as I didn't miss anything from skipping the intro sequence. Go on to a new game. It says, yeah, you can overwrite it and start again. Happy days, I'll do that. I'll start a new game with Ninja Gaiden 4. Normal difficulty. Nah. PC frozen. Same thing happened again. Bollocks to that. So, I spent a little bit of time, and every time it crashed because it just went unresponsive and I'm lazy, I just powered off the PC, started it up again, went over it. Spent a little bit of time going through various menu options, like maybe it's going to behave better if I don't have full screen, or I do, or whatever else. I can play with the DLSS settings, various things like that. Anything that might be a little bit more unusual, that might cause a full system-wide crash like that, I'll just toggle and see if it makes a difference. Nothing made a difference. Verified the game files. It did update something. It's little 4 kilobytes that the Xbox app likes to do when you verify things. Didn't change anything. Got the latest of the NVIDIA drivers. Didn't change anything. So, to cut a very boring story to full length, this isn't cutting it short at all. That's the entirety of the story. I was going to say I'm cutting it short, but that would be a lie. And that covers pretty much everything that happened in my Adventures of Ninja Gaiden 4. So to cut a long story to its full and correct length, it doesn't work. And I've had a little look across the Steam forums, and it looks like it's not just an issue for me, and it's not just an issue for the Xbox version of it, like Xbox PC version. Evening Rap, have you played Ninja Gaiden 4? Ninja Gaiden or Ninja Gaiden? I don't know. I assume that it's Ninja Gaiden, and the Gaiden thing came from an ancient heritage of people not wanting to use the word gay in the title. But I think it probably, like, I wish that in the short time that I spent learning little bits of Japanese, I would know the answer. Go and ask Yumi. Yumi will know the answer. But I just assumed that Gaiden was people talking around it because they couldn't say Gaiden without giggling when they were teenagers. Ninja Gaiden 4 doesn't work, Replicant. It doesn't launch, it just crashes. Ruins my PC every time I try and launch it. It launches to the title screen, it'll show me the menu or render a character and be like, yeah, do you want to play the game? And as soon as I try and actually launch into the game, it just... It's kind of the noise that it makes. Pretty accurately represented for your ears, if it came through. Which it may have done, it may have not. The other games that I've got on the thumbnail this week is Ninja Gaiden 4, which I haven't played at all, and Keeper, which I haven't played at all because I don't want to. So I'm hoping that Pete turns up to tell me about Keeper. Has anybody else played either of these? Ninja Gaiden 4 or Keeper? And also, like, these are obviously the things that I've... Not the things that I've played, but the things that I've sniffed vaguely near. But I want to know the other things that you have played. No, she's in a shop, she's in a pub. There's haggling happening. She somehow ended up in a pub with my mother. I don't know what's happening there. Yeah, ask Yumi. That's a good idea, because I'm curious as well. Yeah. Tell me more things that you've been playing. You know what, I did actually get to launch and play, only for like 20 minutes, because it's not very good, in my opinion. I'm obviously wrong, because it's quite popular on the social medias. I played that Ball X Pit, Ball Times Pit, Ball X Pit. You know, you've probably seen it, the Devolver Digital thing, where it's part... How would you describe it? It's obviously harkens on Vampire Survivors and stuff like that. Like, it's part survival genre and part kind of Tetris. Not really Tetris. It's got no like puzzle mechanics to it, but you're in a lane, guys form and they start dropping down at you. What's the one? Actually, Brick Breaker. It's part Vampire Survivors and part Brick Breaker. You know, or Ball, whatever the fuck it's called. You know the game that I'm talking about. Combination of those. And I didn't like it very much, so I only played it for about 20 minutes. I played it through to get past the first area's boss and was like, meh. Not sure why this is so popular. No, that doesn't help, Chronic. Like that. Is it Gaiden? Whatever, it's that anyway. I haven't played it, so it doesn't matter. You played nothing but Battlefield 6? Oh yeah, I did play a bit of Battlefield 6 actually. Thanks, Tom. That's one that's come up. And Stellar Blade is one that's been on my list to get to eventually, but I never have done. How are you finding that? Like, is it actually good? Because you've been playing that for a good few weeks now, I think. And not making much progress. You're one of those people that's just been like stuck on a ladder going, like spinning the camera around, aren't you, Tom? Aren't you? You can admit it. Don't admit it. It'll be embarrassing for everybody. That's it. I've run out of things to talk about for today. I ain't got anything. So, Stellar Blade for me is going to be Lies of P2. That seems unlikely because Stellar Blade, I played the demo and I quite liked it. I didn't like the scripted opening, but the combat once you got into like the later on parts of the game was quite fun. But it's closer to Ninja Gaiden than Lies of P, right? Because it's fast. So I enjoyed the little bit that I got in there, but it was quite confined, quite scripted, and I think the actual game isn't supposed to be quite like that. It is supposed to open up a little bit more. So why is the OST singing at me? It's very upsetting. In terms of the joy drop off, have you done it, Chronic? Have you played through Stellar Blade? Did you enjoy it at times and then drop off? Because I know your thoughts on Lies of P were pretty similar to mine generally. So when you haven't played much, just past the second main boss, but you really like it. The combat has a really unique speed to it, fast but not silly like Ninja Gaiden. Yeah. So the new Ninja Gaiden is supposed to be a lot faster than the prior ones as well. And I don't think, like you said, you haven't played the new ones, so you're talking about the speed of the prior ones being really quick. They were quite different because they are quite old, those games. You didn't enjoy the demo much, Chronic. Interesting. I thought it was alright. Apart from obviously being really... The demo has quite a focus on scripted events. Like it starts off on a beach that's super prologue style scripted. This isn't part of the actual game, but even when you get into it and it puts you into... I can't remember, the story seemed a bit flimsy, but it puts you on some planet in some ruined city. And that was still fairly tight, and there's quite... I think it's like ambush scenes and things like that that felt a little forced, but... It was all quite narrow and prescribed where you can and can't go. But... the actual fighting side of it, I did like. It does open up. Yeah, I'd heard that it opens up, so that's why I was curious and why it is on my list, but I haven't got it yet because one, it took ages to come out on the PC, and two, the Sony published games typically don't go on very deep sale. And I'm not saying I completely refuse to get games that aren't like cheap, but just haven't got around to it because it's never been that impulse buy kind of price point. I'll give it a little while. Battlefield 6 though, I have not played as much as I wanted to, because that I do actually quite enjoy. I did jump on once during the week. So we did a little bit community games on, I can't remember, whatever day we did it as a group. I played it one time since then, where I did jump in. Did a lot better because I wasn't streaming, so I got to shoot some people in the face with the DMR and I had a nice time. Didn't really open up any of the classes and things though, but apparently... they have tweaked it and sped the progression up a little bit, so... Yes, Replicant, try. If your PC dies, let me know. From what I can tell from it, from the Steam forums around it, I couldn't, like, see a pattern of hardware that explains where it is and isn't happening. Because there were people with the same GPU as me having it work and not work, and same for processors and blah, 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 so... You have to launch it and go into the story mode. Is the point that it crashed, and obviously that's where you're going to end up anyway. I think it's the only place that it actually lets you go to, so... Tegan, you just got here. What is the background, or as a guessing game? You have to guess what the background is. 'Cause I do change it week by week if I can. This one has come up many times before, so people will be able to tell you if it's not guessed quickly. Not a very fresh one. Had that game for a long time. Not a huge game, but quite a pretty game. So what else have we got? So Ball X Pit. I didn't enjoy that very much. You might do, especially if you do like the... I don't very often get into the Vampire Survivor likes. I haven't done Mega Bonk and all of these other kind of popular ones that are going around. I did quite like Vampire Survivors. Like a little bit. But Ball X Pit just feels very, very restrictive in where you can go. See, that's Tegan... That's interesting that you say Gotham Knights, because Gotham Knights has wet, shiny floors and all the rest of it. But you do... it's to this game's credit that you would think it had that kind of camera perspective, because it does not. This is an isometric game. The view that you've got is not how it looks to play. It's how it looks if you dip the camera in photo mode. So... which is a big clue on what it is, but... Just a black window is not encouraging, Replicant. How far has it got before you got to your black window? For me, first launch doesn't take you to the title screen, it tries to get straight into the game. But from second launch on, it takes you to the title screen, you've got a list of stuff. You go into story mode, you select the difficulty, dips to black, and then like a HUD or red kind of UI starts to load, and then it crashes out. You just got Gotham Knights for $12 and it's so good. I don't like Gotham Knights. I tried to. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and like that's nice for you. I played it with a mean month, 2 months ago. We tried to stream. Yeah, the background is The Ascent. The background is The Ascent. I've got a few, or I used to have a few backgrounds of it. Deleted most of them by accident. It's overly pretty for a game that would never dip the camera to that kind of level. It's played isometrically, and you can blow most of those walls and shit up, so it's a nice game, that one. What was I talking about? I don't know. Ball X Pit, very restrictive, can't go anywhere. Waiting on replicants results for Ninja Gaiden 4, which I have not been able to play because I can't launch it. Battlefield 6 is still very fun. We had a little discussion in Discord actually around the modes and breakthrough versus rush and all the rest of it. I very much prefer those modes, like whichever one it is. I don't even know because I put it onto the attack versus defense playlist, which picks between the two and just dumps you in there. And I don't really pay attention to it. It probably tells you in like giant letters when you go into a game what mode you're playing, but I don't care. I ignore it. I much prefer knowing where my enemies are going to be, what direction I'm trying to get to, and where the resistance is going to be. Whether I'm attacking, whether I'm defending, can be fun either way. And I don't think, in some senses, Battlefield is like playing the asymmetric games where winning and losing doesn't feel like it's necessarily based on how good or bad you are. It just feels like whether you were fortunate to be on the right side or not. But moment to moment, it's fun. Like the amount of stuff that blows up and the amount of stuff that's going on, and all of the Battlefield games, all of the good ones of the past were kind of like that, in that they were spectacle and you could see all this cool stuff happening. In this one, I feel a little bit closer to it than the previous ones. So it's probably my favorite Battlefield game, I would say. I did Battlefield 4 a little bit and stuff like that. They always had the they had spectacle, and I could see that other people were having a great time and cool things were going on, but I was never very involved. Chronic, stop saying silly things. You can mod the Ascent to play it in VR, but you wouldn't. It's not the game. You can mod all kinds of things onto the Ascent. It's an Unreal game, so it's quite open and flexible in terms of mods to the camera, but I don't think it would be fun to play in first person. Mechanically, you're still... You'd have to have a complete overhaul to give it like first person or third person shooting mechanics for it to make any sense. And it's surprising actually, if you do play the Ascent and you go into the photo mode and you make it look like this, I was surprised by how much off-camera stuff they do bother to model. Because my assumption would always be, in a game that's isometric where you can't rotate the camera, everything facing forwards being that highly detailed is great, but as soon as you spun the camera around, you just have like a blank plane of nothingness that you're never supposed to see. And actually they've put, it is a little bit like that, like you do get a blank plane of nothingness sometimes, and you do get like skyscrapers that go to shit when you turn the camera around, but there is also a surprising amount of detail. Enough that they felt comfortable to put a photo mode in to let you go down and spin the camera around, and actually most of the time it kind of works. So, crazy amount of excess detail. What is the background? Episode 13. You're too late, we've had it. Wix, I see you there as well. Good evening. Have I watched Carrots Walking the Walk for the Ascent? I've not watched that one, no. And it is. I used to have a couple of really nice backgrounds from the Ascent. I had loads of different backgrounds because obviously I did Q&Asa for many months and did many backgrounds week on week, where I was changing it every week. And I had several from the Ascent. I've explored quite a bit of it in different modes to catch things, because it is a pretty game and it has a nice vibe to it, a nice atmosphere. Had loads of, obviously, it's got a lot in kind with Cyberpunk, which I also had a lot of backgrounds for, and they've all gone as well. But Tegan, you're stuck at the part where you battle the robo spider type thing. Oh, I know the part that you mean, because that part was bugged when the game came out, and if you were really unlucky, then you got multiple robo spiders. Hopefully that's been fixed and that's not what's happening to you. I got semi-fortunate in that I only had, I think, 2 or 3 of them, but some people would have like double figures of that spider spawning when they weren't supposed to. I'm sure that must have been fixed by now, because that was caught very early on as quite a funny bug in the game. But Shrek 3, it is definitely not. It is definitely not. So what have you been playing? People that come in late. Wix in episode 13. Tegan, you've been playing Gotham Knights, I know that, and you're enjoying it. I played it a couple of weeks in a row. with Amin, and I can't tell you where we got in case it turns out to be like spoiler content for you, but we got a couple of bosses in, and I think the main missions for it, if you really drill through and just go through those, and it takes you to various interiors and things, they were quite neat and quite tidy and looked quite good. I wouldn't say the story was particularly interesting, but it was at least trying. But the open world aspect of it, which is quite a large aspect of it, I didn't find very fun at all. The dropping onto a group of criminals, I like the idea of the beating information out of them mid-fight, like grabbing hold of them and doing that little interrogation. That was nice, but we didn't stick with it for very long. And the thing that really put us off was the fast travel system. When it teases that you're going to be able to glide around the city and then you can't, and it just fast travel. That was a sad moment, and we both rage quit effectively, not on the spot, but it reminds you of Spider-Man 2018 a little. You like it more than Arkham Knight, playing the 4 different characters with the different styles and being able to fly around. You can grapple around, can't you? Isla, you lived, you got out, the haggling was successful. Catch you up. There's nothing to catch up. We've just been talking usual nonsense. I can't actually remember anything that's happened up to this point, but we are nearly finished. We're nearly finished. Everyone's just telling me the last things that they've been playing. I've got not a topic in sight to talk about today. So that's the other thing, is if there are things that are happening that are worth a little discussion, stick them in there. I've been disconnected and distant from it all, so I've not seen anything interesting for the week, really. Well, not seen anything interesting for the last several years, apart from James's idle game obsession, which is very interesting. Nearly finished. Yeah, this is nearly the end. It's only a brief cameo Q&Asa today because I don't know what to talk about. So James got 12,000 achievement points this month without playing games. He just stuck his Xbox on the idle games. Oh, the World of Warcraft Midnight Alpha has kicked off. What do you have to do to get into the Alpha rep? And have you got Ninja Gaiden 4 working yet? But yeah, how do you get into the Alpha? Is it like invite only? Do you get it on the most expensive edition of the next expansion, or what? I still subscribe to World of Warcraft and I don't know why. Game works for you. I'm glad. Like, it's nice that it works for you. I wasn't wishing bad things upon your PC or anything, but it's sad for me that I can't play it because I really did quite fancy what I've seen clips wise. I might find that actually it's not what I'm in the mood for at all once I get into it, but just being able to go and mash stuff up with a sword was the mood. So get your points from using Bing and logging into the Xbox app every day. Yeah. I've been too disorganized. I should have had, over the years, like billions of Microsoft points, I'm sure, but I've never bothered to set it up to actually redeem a single one, I don't think. The Xbox app and the phone one in particular, they like to prompt, like, claim your points, claim your points, claim your points, and I don't press that button. Evening, Craig. Craig, how is your PC now? Have you like done anything really impressive? Have you done anything that's made you go, oh, how could I have spent these last few years playing on a console? Or is it much the same? Have you just been struggling through Grounded 2 going, actually, this PC was a mistake? On the PC, on the console, it's different now with the new tiers. What, the points? Yeah, they changed. So Game Pass had point limits for something, doesn't it? Like, I don't know if it's the same system or a completely different system. I remember when they changed all the Game Pass pricing and they had the different tiers. They were like, in the base tier, you can get, I don't know, 25,000 points for the year, 50,000 in the main tier, and 100,000 in the top tier for like playing games or whatever. So a different mechanism to earn the points, right? But capped based on how much you're paying for your subscription. So I bought you Cyberpunk and it looks so nice. Cyberpunk is a massive step up from the console version, yeah. That's good, that's good. Glad you're having a good time with it, because I know it's a expensive bit of kit. And when you had those first days and they were saying that you'd been playing Grounded and struggling because it wouldn't go beyond 30 frames per second and all the rest of it. And then I saw that you've been playing Sea of Thieves, that I know is quite a minor step up from what you have on the console on that one. So, I hope you get something that you can like really get your teeth into and go, yeah, this was worth spending the birthday money on. Now it sounds like you have. Cyberpunk is brilliant on it. So good. Have you dared to use a keyboard and mouse yet, or are you all controller still? It was never amazing. Wait, what was never amazing? Oh, the reward system, the Xbox reward points. I know lots of people had it all like organized and set so that they were effectively earning their Game Pass subscription or whatever else. Not me though, not me. I don't know, they keep adjusting how you get it. So, that was it. Tell me more game stuff. I'm probably gonna play something after this. I haven't decided if Borderlands 4 or Battlefield 6. It depends if anyone is around or not. But them's the options. Oh no, Chronic, I'm not hating on Sea of Thieves. Just Sea of Thieves doesn't look much better on PC than it does on console. And it still looks very nice on console. But they didn't... in fact, you could say the same for all the games that came out in that kind of early cross-platform era. So Halo Infinite, for example, as well. The PC version was kind of artificially capped to look like the console version. So there was a period between like 2017, 2020, where all of the Xbox games looked the same between console and PC. Stuff just froze then. And the PC, obviously, you get the performance. You might get like a higher resolution if you're lucky, and you could definitely bump the frame rates up. But the visual settings pretty much capped to console. Sea of Thieves was one of those. You can tweak a couple of things a little bit higher, but generally, if you've been playing it on like an Xbox Series console and then you get a PC for $2,500, then you're not gonna see the benefits of the PC to its fullest with Sea of Thieves. Whereas again, like Cyberpunk, you definitely would. Evening, Joe. Evening, Joe. You've caught the very end of the show. We're going to move on to questions any second now. Any second now. What else we got? Anybody got any topics this week? RWK, it's been a long time. How's it going? How is it going? And what have you been playing? Where are you? And where am I? What else has happened? I've not done a single actual topic. So Ninja Gaiden 4 I can't talk about because it wouldn't launch. It just crashes my PC. Replicant's playing it on the same graphics card, having absolutely no trouble. So this is a me issue. Has anyone played Keeper? Pete was supposed to be here. Pete has played Keeper. And I don't want to play Keeper. At some point, I might feel like it. I gather it's quite a short game. So you can... just like blast through it in an afternoon or two. You've played it. How did you find it, Rep? 12k out of nowhere. That's his Idle Games episode 13. Don't do it. Don't fall into the trap. I mean, you've played it a bit, and then you fell off of it because you couldn't shoot things. So, yeah, 6 hours long is like... its most appealing aspect to me is that it'll be quite short and I could just blast through it. I could put it on the list of things I actually get finished, so. But I don't really want to. I know it's Double Fine and it might have something going on, but... I can't even remember who said it. Someone put on the old socials that, like, they don't really know what message Keeper was trying to portray, but they liked that about it. I don't like that about it. I wanted to have something clear going on. Baldur's Gate 3 is the OST. Yes, well done recognizing it at that moment, because this isn't exactly a signature track from it. This isn't the theme tune that was playing earlier. I don't think I would have got this being Baldur's Gate 3 from this little fluty number. Is there a flute there? Actually, my ears aren't. My ears are failing me. No, there is. There's something windy, something pipey. You played loads and loads of Steam Next Fest. What were the highlights? I mean, I didn't play any of them. And Keeper reminded you of Journey in that it's a Journey. I knew it was the same kind of genre as Journey, the same kind of game. I didn't know if it hits any kind of notes. Maybe look at some of the games that were posted in the forum in Discord. No, I mean, I looked and you said you were going to put trailers on, and then you said you were going to put links on. And I was like, okay, I'm going to put my feet up and wait for these links and these trailers. And they never appeared, and I'm completely helpless. So there's no way of knowing what any of them are. Look at them now. What do you mean, look at them now? That's outrageous. Let me see what's there. Discord, 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 Discord. Nope, I give up. It's too hard. Too hard. Where did you put it? In the public one? Oh, here it is. Here it is. So. No. You have... Oh, shit. You have put links on. I mean, I'm sorry. Oh, you changed all of them. There's links on all of them. What happens if I click these links on Discord? Oh, they even open the Steam page, but that's good enough. Let's have a little browse through things that have been put on. These is Next Fest demos. Calm down. That was too loud. No, I don't want to watch all of them. I mean, this looks like Miami. What's it called? Neat enough. Plants vs Zombies remake hype. When does that come out, Isla? Do horror games all of next week. I will do the horror games next week as much as I've done the regular games this week and last week. It does look like quite a good version of this kind of game. I like the violence here. Steam Next Fest is over now, right? The demo period has closed off. It does look like Hotline Miami. There's been like a slew of games that have mimicked it as well to be like Hotline whatever Miami. This one looks like one of the better of them though, just because it's more violent and obviously has a fairly distinct style of its own. So I like that one. I did Wix. I tried Ball X Pit. I don't like it. I know, unpopular opinion. I know everyone's supposed to like it. It's not only is it on Game Pass so people can try it, it's also sold over 300,000 copies as well outside of Game Pass. So it's obviously doing very well for itself, but I don't like it. And you can't make me like it. I'm assuming as you've asked about it, you're enjoying it, right? You were awful at Hotline Miami. I was also awful at Hotline Miami. That's why I haven't played many of that little genre and the subsequent ones that follow it. I think because it's quite easy to die in those games, isn't it? And you can blast through them fairly quickly. Like respawn, go again, which I kind of like, but yeah, I didn't get far. Painkiller, Tears of Metal, Ultimate Sheep Raccoon. Oh, I need to see what's different here actually. Because we played Ultimate Chicken Horse and this is the sequel, isn't it? Oh. So this looks the same, except you have different animals available, but you have carts. Oh my goodness, this is going to be brilliant. Okay, we're playing that one. I know anyone watching this is going to go, that don't look brilliant. That'd be stupid. But Ultimate Chicken Horse, to just play 2 or 3 rounds of in multiplayer is good fun. A version of it on bikes could definitely entertain for a few rounds every now and again. So hopefully it'll be nice and easy to get hold of and get a group on, because I quite fancy that. Ultimate Chicken Horse is awesome. We're going a little bit far, like a little bit into the realms of hyperbole there, to the hyperbole. Because it's alright, you know? It's a good bit of fun. So Wix, you tried Ball X Pit for a couple of rounds and you can see the appeal. I found it overly restrictive. You get you get a lot of like upgrades and power-ups and stuff, so it has that kind of... I get why people get the dopamine hit that you get from Vampire Survivors, just from the amount of stuff you can upgrade and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. But it's so limited and restrictive in where you can go that I didn't massively enjoy. Pete's not here to compete. You're right, James, he's not, but you are the clear victor. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you very much indeed. It does help. So you like the look of the Sheep Raccoon one? Ultimate Sheep Raccoon was the game that I played the trailer for. Sequel to Ultimate Chicken Horse. Ultimate Chicken Horse, if you haven't seen us play it or played it yourself or anything else, it's a similar concept. You have a very small little platforming area where you have a starting point and a destination, and then between the 4 of you, between rounds, you're given a set of little objects and obstacles that you can place however you see fit, and the aim is that you make it difficult enough that you can get through it and nobody else can, so that you can claim victory and points and all the rest of it. So it works out pretty entertaining. I mean, you're here and you win. Well, thank you again. Everybody wins when the super chat's being thrown around, but especially me, so much appreciated. But of course you don't have to. Did anybody get an Xbox Ally? Someone in Discord did, didn't they? Nate got one. Don't think he's here right now though. I'm not sure anyone of the names that I've seen scroll by today have one of those. There's some cunning involved. Yes, there is cunning involved. Basically, everyone should just give up because I'm the best at it and I usually win, right? That's not true. That's not true. I usually just overly sabotage so that nobody can get through. Is that neck oil? No. Oh, no. This is just ginger beer. Sorry, I was well confused for a moment then. No, just a simple ginger beer. I forgot that I even had a drink. So, that's Ultimate Chicken Horse. What else have we got on the list from here? Reanimal, everybody knows about that. Don't need to see that. What's Forefront? I'm going to look at Forefront. Wait. Tears of Metal. Or Tears of Metal. Same word. Impossible to know. Wait. Tears of Metal. Brown. So yeah, what I've decided is I'm just going to go and make a game myself. It's not going to look like this though, because I am incompetent. Yeah, so that while this is playing, that's Ultimate Sheep Raccoon, whatever it is. I imagine it's the same format, except it's a longer track and you get bikes to ride. I don't know how much you can control them if it plays like the Trials games. I hope it plays like the Trials games. And you set obstacles yourselves to make it just deadly enough to kill everybody else, but not you. And that could work really well. But with Ultimate Chicken Horse, I was usually bored after 2 or 3 games of it. So we'll see how the bikey cart one goes. It does depend. At the point that we played Ultimate Chicken Horse, it was like £1 or something, so it was very easy to get people to jump on it and play. When that one comes out, depending on what services it's on and how much it costs and all the things like that, hopefully we'll be able to get a group of people to blast it. That would be nice. That would be nice. Okay, that's it. Any topics? Because I am not quite... I don't know. Not quite here. Not quite sure what's going on. Steam Next Fest was a topic, but there were 3,000 demos and I can't go through any more. Put your topics in the question box. Good, we'll get to those in a minute. We will always we get to the questions at the end. You rushed to be back here. Good job, otherwise you would have missed the end. I would like to play lots of things. I nearly played Pacific Drive today. That's what I was going to stream, because Pacific Drive is just a game where you drive in extreme weather, as far as I know. I don't know much else about it. I like games of silly extreme weather. I thought that would be soothing. I'm going to play some of that, but then I didn't, because then Ninja Gaiden reminded me that it'd come out, and I thought, actually, yes, I'm going to cut things to pieces, and that will be fun. Wasn't fun because it doesn't work. Forefront is Battlefield, but in VR. Nah, because that's going to be shite. You say that, like, oh, it's Battlefield, but in VR. So I'm going to open it up, and it's going to look like some wanky mobile bullshit. Here we go. Wait a minute. It's rainy season, be happy. Yes, episode 13, thank you for that. It is rainy season. Don't, Isla. Thank you. So I can see, I mean, that this wants to be Battlefield in VR, right? And you know, it's probably really fun to put on a headset and actually play it. Maybe I'll do that in the near future. But side by side, if you go trailer by trailer on a pancake screen and hold it up against Battlefield, then it all becomes a bit silly. And the obviously the big challenge in VR is Battlefield is very reliant on having lots of people play it. So there was another one on the VR side of things on PC called War Dust that was 32 versus 32, and you never got more than like 3 people playing it at a time because VR does not have that kind of audience. So if this one somehow manages to have a player base, then it can claim to be like Battlefield. And it's unfortunate because mechanically it might do everything right, but there just aren't that many people playing in that format, and those that do don't play in that format for very long, so the chances of encountering other players are slimmer than you'd like them to be. It does look fun though. Okay, fine, we'll try. Pacific Drive is cool, you like it. Would I like it though? I just want to drive around in the crazy acid storms or whatever it has going on. I'm not too fussed about what the game is beyond that. And I will play it in the near future, because it's wild that I haven't when I keep going on about storms in games, and that's pretty much the whole premise of that one. Ground Zero tries to be Resident Evil and Dino Crisis. What? What? Ground Zero, what's that? Oh, there it is. I see. It's one of the games in your demo. Okay, fine. One more from the Steam Next Fest list. I will have a look at the other ones as well. I mean, separately, just not for the now. Right. Oh, I've seen clips of this. Yeah. But I've still got Code Veronica. I can go and play that instead. Oh no, it's got codes and passwords to remember. It's too difficult for me. I can't be doing this. So yeah, that's that one. And you've played all of these, Amin, or you just stuck trailers on at random? Did you stream them? Have you done any streaming lately on your Gaming with Passion channel? I haven't seen anything pop up to say that you have been, but that's disappointing. You know, Craig, I was trying to figure out the arse in play there. Like, it's still going. I'm not sure what she's supposed to be wearing. Oh, it's run out. Hold on. Always trying to understand what manner of butt cheeks are being depicted. But are these supposed to be like trousers with a thong on the outside? Is she doing like modern day Superman attire? Or is that actually supposed to be a butt? I don't know what's happening there. See, there it looks like trousers, and sometimes it doesn't. The important questions, just in terms of trying to understand what kind of game it is, you know? I think they're just trousers. See, when you say no trousers, Replicant, no, they are definitely trousers. They're jeans. They're supposed to be denim jeans. I'll show you, because it just showed me. Right? Sometimes it doesn't look like it. Sometimes it's weird underwear shots, but it will show in a minute. Very distinct. Wait. I can't remember where it was. Very distinct scenes that make it look. There we go. That scene with the dark and the kick in. There's definite denim scenes on the legs. So, seams. So that was the point of the show. That was the primary, main, only, and central topic that I'll have to change the title to after the fact. Is the character in this game wearing UK pants or US pants? Trousers or no trousers? Now we know. And that was also the only eligible criteria for earning points today, and I got them all. So, who wears white jeans? Well, yeah, but you know, Wix, I can't help you. I can't answer that. I don't know the character's name, but she was. You did name the OST. Fine, you can have as many points as you desire. Pick a number. That many points are yours. Someone very confident of not spoiling themselves. Yeah. I mean, it's a kind of zombie dinosaur apocalypse, so maybe they don't care at that point. Wait a minute. Craig was drunkenly... Wait. In what game was Craig been creating characters? Oh, not Cyberpunk. What was that zombie game that I promised I would play? I don't think there is one. I had a server for Project Zomboid for a while, which I did play badly. But I don't think you're talking about that. Is there another zombie game that I said I would play? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Do have some vague ideas for next week for Halloween stuff, though. Do I? I have one. I have 1.5. It's in the Summer Game Fest or whatever. A zombie game from Summer Game Fest. What kind of game? Do you shoot the zombies or do you communicate with the zombies? Do you train them? What kind of game would it have been? I want to play State of Decay 3 when that comes out. But that's been AWOL for a while, so I don't know when that does come out. Dead by Daylight is an obvious Halloween kind of game. Is it though, Craig? Or could we find something that we haven't already played loads? It was Pixely. Oh, I know the one you mean now. I don't know what it was called though. And I don't know when it comes out. But yeah, I may play that. Maybe. I don't know. There's lots of things I want to play. Including Ninja Gaiden 4, which I can't play because it crashes. And everything else on the backlog has to wait. Left 4 Dead VR has been on our list of things to do for a while. I mean, maybe we will. I do need to spend a bit of time on my VR setup, making it actually work properly again. Because I've got... Well, last I tried, I was looking at Dungeons of Eternity, which we were also supposed to play, and I had everything working apart from the treadmill. But the treadmill's essential to the experience. And like, if nothing else, I can't not be on the treadmill because it's taking up all the space that I've got, so it needs to work. Right. Next up is the questions, I think. Next up is the questions, but also my question for all of you, because if I were to play something after this, does anyone want to play either Borderlands 4 or Battlefield 6? Shout stuff if you do, because if anyone wants to play stuff, then I'll play stuff. And those are the two multiplayer things kind of highest on my agenda right now. I really want to play Age of Wonders 4 as well. I don't own it, but I want to. Oh, and I really want to play Final Fantasy Tactics as well. So many things to get on with, and I really want to play Avowed as well. Putting Ninja Gaiden 4 and not Ball X Pit. Right, question is up. It says Sarah Bond has confirmed next-gen Xbox hardware will be high-end and premium, outpricing the console dudes and the more casual gamers. Strategy to pull out of the mass market console hardware. So I've not seen anything of this interview to know what she said, but it would be difficult to launch hardware any other way at the moment. And I know PlayStation are still... I don't really know, because like they can't very easily know at the moment either. The expectation would have been that the current gen hardware price would have gone down and you could replace it with something equivalent, would be the traditional kind of console cycle. You can account for inflation and all the rest of it, but the current situation, that inflation doesn't cover it at all. There's not really a gap in the market to increase more power, like to release more powerful hardware at the same price point when the previous hardware is still at that price point. So it's a difficult contract to negotiate with the old AMD, but not an impossible contract to negotiate, because there must come a point where manufacturing newer hardware costs the same as manufacturing the old stuff, right? The new silicon at some point, like they're going to want to close off all the fabrication of the old hardware at some point, so it has to get cycled out for equivalent priced stuff. somewhere down the road. But it's quite difficult to guess how you can slot hardware in the market without having any insight into that kind of fabrication side of it, the silicon side of it, to know what's being replaced when, what's being cycled out, and what the options are. But it doesn't surprise me at all that Microsoft would go high end for their next one. Actually, it surprises me a little bit that they wouldn't also go low end. Like, they wouldn't try to replicate the whole like bargain Series S equivalent low price point entry into their ecosystem thing, that they'd ditch that idea entirely. And I know that's been kind of a problem for them for this generation, because while it was painful for everybody to increase the price of the various consoles, the Series S was no fat on it to trim anyway. So every time the economy was hit in any weird way, any weird tariffs came about or anything like that, the Series S would be very difficult to manage. So maybe they don't want any like super low margin hardware involved at all, because it's been quite a tumultuous last 5 years or so, and that may well continue. Anyway, I don't know, rambling nonsense. Don't know what they're doing. Do you know the most damning thing about the Xbox proposition for next generation for me right now at this moment in time is that Ninja Gaiden 4 won't launch on my PC. And whatever, like, everything we know of Xbox and what they're doing with their next set of hardware is that it is essentially going to be a PC. What if Ninja Gaiden 4 doesn't launch? You know? What if they diversify their hardware lineup so much that Ninja Gaiden 4 doesn't launch for some of them? For fuck knows what reason. Halo Infinite doesn't launch for me either. It's Microsoft's own game. It's a different problem to Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden launches, gets me through the title screen, go into the story mode, and the PC crashes. Halo Infinite doesn't even do that. Press launch and it goes, nah. Not going to do that. Not going to do anything. So. Oh, look. Look. What do you mean Outlast Trials? That was my secret idea for Friday. Not this Friday, the next one. What time are the games going to begin? You're about to walk around the block. I don't know what time the games are going to begin. Walk around the block, have a nice time. I don't know for sure that there are games, but you have to shout which one you want. Because if it's Battlefield 6, then it's easy to jump in whenever, right? If it's Borderlands 4, I think I'm way behind everybody in terms of levels and things like that. But again, I think you can just jump in whenever. So yeah, don't worry too much. Outlast Trials is amazing, literally amazing. So I don't know a lot about it. I've never played the other Outlast games. I just saw that it's co-op horror, and I thought, yeah, like Friday, Halloween is a Friday, and I should be doing community games on Halloween. So a co-op horror game, or like Dead by Daylight and like competitive horror games could work, but they're not really scary. But Outlast Trials, there's a couple of other ones of that ilk. That's probably the kind of highest budget one though. Yeah, maybe that's what we'll do. Nasty horror, body horror, gross stuff. I hope I don't get stabbed in the eye. But it seems a few of you have played it, and it seems to be fairly strongly recommended there, be intense as fuck and amazing. So yeah. Sounds like I have dodgy stuff on my PC. No, the PC in question that I'm having these issues with is very, very clean. I've got two PCs, right? My streaming PC is fucking complicated mess. And if I were having troubles with that, I'd say, yeah, it's my complicated setup. Things are crashing because I've got a very complicated setup. But the PC that's got my games on and stuff it's almost a console. Like, it's very, very clean. And I built it to be very, very clean. The only exception, so it's got games on it, and it's got video editing software on it. Nothing else. Don't do anything else with it. So it's not got all the like voice meter bollocks and streaming software and other things, background apps running all over the place. So no, it's not my fault. Which PC has the cables? I don't even understand the cables anymore. I look at them and I think I should clean that up, and then I realize that's an impossible task. There is no clearing it up. On the plus side, there are so many cables there that if the kittens chew through a cable, there's like a 1 in 50 chance that it won't do anything. So they're like the fake cables. Kittens won't be able to chew the important ones. The only weird thing cable-wise on the gaming PC, though, is there anything weird on there? I route my microphone audio to it. That's the only like weird input, and that's not that weird, right? That's just a headphone jack. So the cable situation is worse than it was before overall, though, because the previous corpse cables are all still there. It's a very confusing situation. Tom, no one's saying anything's better than Rocket League. Come on. How many players does Outlast Trials support? Is it 4 or is it more? And how long does it take? All things to figure out, but we'll get it in there because it seems like it would be entertaining. Okay, next question is funny that it's also related. It's from Joe. What are you playing next, and why is it Outlast 1 or 2 or Trials? Like I say, Trials, Halloween, we'll do it. Other games, horror games, undecided. I need to do some research. I haven't played many of them. There's definitely like a wide and varied selection of things available, but I could really use playing some short ones. There's like, it seems little point in starting Silent Hill 2 or something like that I'm not going to get finished in Spooky Week and then still be playing Silent Hill 2 on stream for Christmas. So I need to try and pick and choose things that are going to have a bit more impact. And adult people play Rocket League. Wix, you cruising for trouble there. Of course we do. We all love Rocket League. It's brilliant. And we're all very much adult people. At least in terms of years acquired. Whatever. You know what I mean. Accrued, that's the word. You don't really buy the years. If you do, I want a bloody refund. Next question, please. Outlast Trials is 4-player. Okay. We'll figure something out. Can have multiple ones going or something like that. Or only 2 people will be there and it'll work out just fine. Either way, we'll figure something out. And I will have a look. I think if I browse around Steam on Outlast Trials and look for the games that are similar, it might have a nice little list of recommendations that I can flick through. Find some other stuff. This says PVZ trailer Minecraft Still Soul trailer, Long Gone trailer. Okay. What do I do with it, Isla? You put the links in Discord. In general. I see. So here are some trailers that, if I click it right, will open on the correct screen and I can open them properly. So this is not a good trailer. What have you shown me? This isn't a trailer. This is a live stream. No, it's okay. It's only 3.5 minutes, so we'll start in a minute. Here we go. Plants vs. Zombies. This is what you want. This comes out soon. What's the date on it? I mean, you want to play Demio one day, but you don't have anyone to play it with. You do. I'm right here. I will play Demio with you. Only thing is, you do need to set aside probably 2 or 3 hours to get a game of that in. And no, Tom, Demio is cross-platform between VR and PC, like flat screen pancake mode. It won't be very good in pancake mode, but you can do it and participate and all that. Isla, this is just Plants vs. Zombies, and it's a very slow trailer. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to have sound to make more of it. But this is like a live stream of some kind, right? No, it's not a real one. Those aren't real names on the side. Fungi, lol. And compost stuff and all of these things. Oh, that was my other topic. Twitter had a convention. Did anyone see any of the fallout from that? It's not very interesting at all, but kind of fascinating to see all the Twitch streamers realize that they hate Twitch streamers, including themselves. That's my takeaway from TwitchCon. Everybody hates streamers, including streamers. Woe is me, the streamer. That's Plants vs. Zombies. It comes out in 2 days. You said November, which is in 2 days, on the 23rd of October. Good. How much does it cost, you know? That's the important question for Plants vs. Zombies, because is it just the first Plants vs. Zombies, or is this something new? I know there was people getting upset by the use of AI to make it. The studio being like, no, we didn't. And people being like, no, you definitely did. 100%. So that's been recent Plants vs. Zombies. Internet controversy and controversy. 20 quid for some AI upscaling. Oof. Supposedly, yeah. It has new content, yeah, but so they denied using generative AI and said, but people are unhappy because they did use like upscaling AI, right? Which is generative AI in a sense. Obviously, upscaling their own assets, but I have no strong opinion on it. Like, they can use a better upscaling algorithm if they want and put it down to whatever the hell they want. I don't care. Upscaling isn't as bad. It depends, right? If it's trained on the work of artists that would have done that upscaling, then it becomes the same thing in a sense to some people. FTW got another win at Hades 2 last night at like 2 a.m. Only one more to go. Are you consistently winning every time now, FTW? Because I didn't at the end of the game. I lost, actually, very notably, because I was going to stream it. I set up a stream for the last 2 runs of Hades. Like, this is going to be a breeze. It's definitely going to go well. Gonna mark it up for spoilers and just do these last 2 runs back to back, and everyone's going to have a wonderful time. And then I lost. Spanner thrown in. Unexpected loss when I was at the peak of my powers. And then I did the 2, but anyway, that's Plants vs. Zombies. What are these other trailers? Soul Still official trailer for, is this a Minecraft spin-off or just Minecraft content? Oh no, what have I clicked? No, this is fine. Oh, I thought I clicked a Minecraft YouTuber by accident. I was very worried for a moment then. So, don't know what I'm looking at. This looks like the kind of stuff you get when you go into the minigame modes on Minecraft. That doesn't mean anything to me. It's got a different interface, so it's not based Minecraft. They just showed the HUD then. So this is minigame stuff. Or mods, or what have you shown me? It's a custom realm with add-ons. So like just a template realm. Meh. Nah. One big server that lots of people go on. Okay. Okay. What have I gone into? Oh no, that is a weird trailer. What's Nox Crew? I did click something stupid. Oh, that's who. No, okay, fine, whatever. It's a thing that you can play on Minecraft. I'm not shitting on your thing. That's fine. I was trying to learn what your thing is. Next one. Long Gone. Oh, this is the zombie game. Which I'll leave up there, but I don't have anything to say about it except that, yeah, I would play it. I would play it. So, Are there any more questions, or was that the last one? Play this. I can't play it. It's not out yet. And also, I'm not in a rush to play it. It's just something I'll get to at some point. This will be a good bedtime story stream. No, I can't play it at like 7 o'clock. Plus it would give you terrible zombie nightmares. You don't want that. Anyway, are there any more of the questions? Or this has gone for longer than I expected actually, but how YouTube can change your life in 6 to 12 months. Cool. Thanks. It's a weird set of nonsense. Right. Dave Mack, good evening. Didn't see you there. And that makes me sad. Now I have seen you and I am happy. Thanks, Dave Mack. Have a good night. And that's it. That's the end. That was all the questions. There weren't really any topics. I haven't played any games. Not very successful, but I'm going to play games. Shout out me on Discord because I didn't catch the answers on whether you want to play anything in terms of Battlefield and Borderlands or not. Don't end. Yeah, no, it is. It's definitely reached conclusion. But you're allowed to shout? No. No, don't voice note a scream. I would just like not play it, you know. I'm immune to voice noted screams. Anyway, that is the end. So thank you everyone for coming and talking to me and telling me what you've been playing and all that kind of stuff. There will be more stuff. I will get back onto streaming and yada yada yada. But when and where and why and oh shit, 27 months. Pete has arrived just in time for the end to scream a super chat. Thank you, Pete, for that. But no, that is it. That is the end. Now I press the end button and I will be in Discord. The real Peter is here. Not like that fake that we had earlier. Oh, those were hard times. Very disruptive. Dr. Scott C missed this, but Ball X Pit, we talked about it. Don't like it. Don't worry. Still like you. It's not your fault. Catch you later. Yeah.